Have you ever tried to compile your first iOS app only to be met with an error that leaves you scratching your head? It can be incredibly frustrating, right? Well, today we're diving into a common issue that many new developers face, the dreaded SIGABRT error. I totally get it. You put in the effort to create your first app, and then you see that error message pop up. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers have faced this exact issue, and it can feel like a roadblock. Let's take a closer look at the specific situation. One user recently shared that they were trying to compile their first iOS Hello app. They received a build succeeded message, but after a few seconds, the SIGABRT error appeared. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what does this SIGABRT error mean? Essentially, it indicates that your application has encountered an unexpected issue that caused it to terminate. This can happen for various reasons, such as misconfigured outlets or issues in your code. And stick around. I have some valuable troubleshooting steps to share that will help you resolve this error and get your app running smoothly. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. To begin resolving the issue, the user should check the connections in the interface builder. It's essential to ensure that the IB outlet for the input label is correctly connected to the label in the storyboard. Next, the user should verify that the action for the submit button is properly linked. This ensures that when the button is pressed, the code executes as intended. If the connections are correct, the user should clean the project. This can help resolve any lingering issues from previous builds. Finally, the user should run the app again. If the issue persists, checking the console for any additional error messages can provide further insights into the problem. Fun fact, did you know that the first iOS app ever created was a simple game called Pong? Just like that game, debugging can sometimes feel like a game of back and forth. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests checking for inconsistencies between your code and the storyboard connections. The error indicates that your IB outlet might be incorrectly linked. Specifically, ensure that the IB outlet named input label in your code is properly connected in Interface Builder. To fix this, select main.storyboard and the view controller in the canvas. Open the Connections Inspector and remove any connection to label. Then connect it to input label instead. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. One user suggests checking the default IB outlet of your view. This could help resolve the SIGABRT error you're encountering. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. An alternative solution suggests ensuring that your storyboard elements are properly connected to the outlets in your code. First, go to the Connections Inspector in your main storyboard and delete all existing connections by clicking the small X. Then, remove all the @IB outlet lines from your viewcontroller.swift file. After that, reconnect your outlets to the viewcontroller.swift file. This should resolve the issue. The final setup should look similar to the provided screenshot, ensuring the outlet is correctly linked. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. This user points out that the crash occurred because the IB outlet label was removed from the code without also removing the connection in the storyboard. To fix this, they suggest right-clicking on the input label in the storyboard and clicking the X button to remove the connection. That's it for that response. Let's explore another one. Another user suggests checking your outlet connections in the storyboard. They emphasize ensuring that all outlets are correctly linked to your class. They also mention a potential issue with user-defined runtime attributes. If you have a key path for your label that isn't defined in your class, it can cause a crash. Make sure there are no extra key paths in this section. Here's a pro tip. Always double-check your connections in code before running your app. This simple habit can save you a lot of time and frustration in the long run. And there you have it. With these troubleshooting steps, you should be able to tackle the SIGABRT error and get your app up and running. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks on iOS development.